Hey, Steelers Nation. It's that time again when the air feels electric, the streets are buzzing, and everyone in Pittsburgh can sense that football magic building up to something special. The city is alive with anticipation, and the team is gearing up for what could be one of the most intense playoff showdowns in recent memory. The Steelers are stepping onto the field knowing full well that they're not just representing themselves, but an entire fan base that's lived and breathed every victory and heartbreak over the decades. And let me tell you, the energy surrounding this game is unlike anything you'll experience during the regular season. There's a kind of intensity that only comes when a team has something real on the line. Everything is amplified, from the sound of the crowd to the pressure on the players in the huddle. When you look at the matchup on paper, it's easy to see why there's so much excitement and, honestly, a little bit of apprehension. The Houston Texans have earned their reputation for being a solid defensive squad. They've been disruptive at the line, they have players who can change a play in an instant, and their overall stats show that this isn't a team you can just roll over. But numbers don't tell the whole story. While they've had some impressive moments this season, it's clear that the Texans are still a team that can be beaten if the Steelers execute their game plan the right way. There have been games where they've struggled against average offenses and allowed more points than you might expect from a supposedly elite defense. That's where Pittsburgh has an opportunity, because football at this level is all about taking advantage of moments and forcing the opponent into situations where mistakes become inevitable. For the Steelers, it starts at the very core of their offense. The backfield is going to be crucial, especially when it comes to controlling the clock and managing the tough defensive front the Texans will bring. Jaylen Warren and Kenny Gainwell are going to be central to this strategy. Both of these backs have the skill to hit the holes in the line with power, but it's not just about raw yards. It's about setting up the passing game, keeping defenders honest, and creating opportunities downfield. The return of DK Metcalf adds another dimension. Stretching the field vertically can open up spaces for the running game and force the Texans to make difficult coverage decisions. But it's not just Metcalf. This offense will need multiple weapons moving across the formation. Crossing routes, short passes, and creative plays that keep defenders guessing are all going to matter. The Steelers can't rely on a single star. They have to execute as a team, weaving every piece together in a way that maximizes their talent and minimizes the impact of Houston's edge rushers. And let's talk about Aaron Rodgers. When he's at his best, he's a game changer. But to be effective against a team like Houston, Rodgers is going to need a pocket that gives him confidence. He can't be running for his life or scrambling because the defensive line is collapsing the moment the ball is snapped. Offensive line play will be key tonight, not just to protect the quarterback, but to allow the passing game to flow, to get the ball out quickly, and to hit all those targets across the field. If Rodgers has time and trust in his protection, he can pick apart this defense. It's that simple, yet that complex. And every decision in the moment, every read, and every throw could turn the game on its head. On the defensive side, the Steelers are blessed with weapons that can make a difference in a hurry. T.J. Watt, Nick Herbig, and Alex Highsmith have been dominating all season, and their ability to disrupt plays cannot be overstated. Houston's offensive line is not among the league's strongest, which means the Steelers can turn pressure into production. Whether it's forcing hurried throws, generating sacks, or creating turnovers, this defense can define the outcome if it plays aggressive and smart. It's about understanding when to take calculated risks, when to lock down coverage, and when to strike with precision. This is a team that thrives when it uses its strengths to dictate the flow of the game. And tonight, they have every tool at their disposal to do just that. It's also worth noting the environment in Pittsburgh. The city knows how to rally around its team, and playoff football here isn't just a game. It's an event that brings the community together in a way that few other sports experiences can replicate. From the energy in the stadium to the chants echoing down the streets, the Steelers are stepping onto a stage that few teams get to experience, and that kind of support can give players that extra edge when the moments are tight. Every snap, every tackle, and every drive feels magnified in this atmosphere, and the team will need to harness that energy without letting it overwhelm their focus. This matchup is about details. It's about executing fundamentals while capitalizing on every opportunity that presents itself. Every play counts, and the margin for error is razor thin. While the Texans have moments of brilliance, they also have weaknesses that the Steelers can exploit with smart game planning and disciplined execution. Special teams, situational awareness, and creative play calling will all contribute to how this game unfolds. And when it comes down to the final drives, the smallest advantages, like a well-timed blitz, a perfectly thrown pass, or a running back finding a seam in the line, can make all the difference. As the kickoff approaches, the anticipation builds. Every player knows the stakes, every coach has a plan, and the fans are ready to witness something extraordinary. This isn't just about talent. It's about preparation, strategy, and the will to impose your game on the opponent. The Steelers have a chance to show that they can rise to the occasion, using their strengths in every phase of the game. The balance between offense, defense, and special teams will be pivotal. Mistakes will be punished, and moments of brilliance will be celebrated. In a playoff game, that's always the reality, and Pittsburgh is ready to embrace it. As the stadium lights blaze and the crowd roars, the intensity of playoff football hits you in the chest like nothing else. Every movement on the field is amplified, every sound resonates through the stands, and every fan feels like they are part of the game. The Steelers know this, and they understand that mental toughness will be just as important as physical ability. This is a team that has faced adversity all season long, and tonight, all of that experience comes into play. The game isn't just about athleticism. It's about discipline, focus, and making the right decisions when the margin for error is practically non-existent. One blown coverage, one missed assignment, or one misread by the quarterback could swing the game in an instant. Houston brings a defensive line that can disrupt any play if left unchecked, and the Steelers' offensive approach will need to account for that. Running between the tackles with power backs like Warren and Gainwell isn't just about gaining yards. It's about setting the tone. It's about establishing a rhythm that keeps the defense guessing and opens lanes for the passing game. Stretching the field with Metcalf and utilizing crossing routes and tight end combinations will force Houston's defenders into difficult choices, potentially creating mismatches that the Steelers can exploit. Timing and precision in the passing game will be critical, and Rodgers has to feel that the offensive line is giving him a clean pocket to survey the field. It's about reading the defense, exploiting weaknesses, and taking advantage of every opportunity without forcing plays that could backfire. Defensively, the Steelers have options that can completely change the tempo of the game. TJ Watt has the ability to collapse pockets, and when combined with Alex Highsmith and Nick Herbig, the pass rush becomes a nightmare for any quarterback. Houston's offensive line has shown vulnerabilities this season, and the Steelers' strategy will need to focus on generating pressure without overcommitting and leaving gaps in coverage. Forcing hurried throws, creating sacks, and capitalizing on turnovers will be key components of a defensive game plan designed to keep the Texans on their heels. Every defensive snap will require discipline, communication, and an awareness of tendencies, because playoff football doesn't forgive mistakes. Special teams could also play a pivotal role. Field position, kick returns, and coverage units have the power to set the tone for the drives ahead. A well-executed punt or kickoff can shift momentum, while a mistake can have immediate consequences. The Steelers have to approach every aspect of the game with intensity and awareness, because the playoffs are won not just with talent, but with attention to detail. Even small advantages can be amplified over the course of a single possession. And in a game where both teams are capable, the smallest difference can define the outcome. Preparation meets opportunity in moments like these. Coaches have studied film, players have gone over plays countless times, and a strategy has been honed to account for the tendencies of the Texans. But football is also about adaptability. No game unfolds exactly as planned. Players must react, adjust, and make decisions in real time, blending instinct with preparation. The Steelers have the talent to execute high-level plays, but execution under pressure will determine how far they go. Every snap, every throw, every block, and every tackle contributes to the story being written on the field tonight. The mental side of the game cannot be overstated. Houston's defenders are fast, aggressive, and well-coached, but the Steelers have to maintain composure, especially in critical moments. Avoiding penalties, staying on schedule, and managing the clock will all factor into the flow of the game. The fans, the stadium, the history of playoff football in Pittsburgh, all of it adds weight, but it must be harnessed rather than allowed to distract. Focus and execution must remain paramount. Every play is an opportunity to impose your will, to take control, and to dictate the narrative of the game. Momentum will likely swing multiple times. One long run, one big completion, or one defensive turnover can ignite a crowd and shift energy instantly. The Steelers need to be ready for that, both to capitalize on it and to respond if the momentum swings in the Texans' favor. Football at this stage is about resilience, the ability to respond to adversity, and the determination to maintain control in a chaotic environment. The Steelers have the personnel, the coaching, and the preparation to do it, but it all comes down to execution on the field when the lights are brightest. Aaron Rodgers' leadership will be crucial. The way he handles the pocket, the reads he makes under pressure, and his ability to find multiple targets can change the outcome of the game. Timing, anticipation, and communication with his receivers are vital, because a well-timed play can neutralize the Texans' strengths and open up scoring opportunities. Rodgers has faced tough defenses before, but the unique blend of talent and strategy the Steelers bring makes this one of the most compelling matchups of the season. As the clock ticks down and the opening kickoff approaches, every detail matters. The Steelers must execute flawlessly in all three phases: offense, defense, and special teams, because the playoffs magnify both strengths and weaknesses. Houston will be dangerous, but Pittsburgh has proven it can rise to challenges like this before. Discipline, composure, and aggressive execution are the keys. Every play has the potential to swing the game, and the team that maximizes its opportunities while minimizing mistakes will have the edge. The energy in the stadium is palpable, the city is ready, and the fans are prepared for a night they will remember for years to come. The Steelers are stepping into a battle where every decision matters, where preparation meets instinct, and where execution under pressure is the ultimate test. Every player knows the stakes, every coach has a plan, and every fan feels the anticipation in their bones. This is what playoff football in Pittsburgh is all about: a clash of strategy, talent, and determination under the brightest lights. Playoff games are unpredictable, and even small sequences can change momentum dramatically. A single turnover, a perfectly timed blitz, or a deep pass completion can alter the trajectory of the game. The Steelers must stay disciplined while staying aggressive, recognizing opportunities and capitalizing on them. Mistakes are magnified, but so are moments of brilliance, and this team has the tools to deliver when it matters most. Maintaining focus, executing the game plan, and responding to Houston's adjustments with precision will be critical in determining who advances. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The Houston Texans are reportedly in turmoil following a recent development that could dramatically shift the balance of the league. Sources close to team insiders suggest that a highly favorable update for the Pittsburgh Steelers has left Houston scrambling for answers. While the exact nature of the update remains under wraps, speculation is running rampant among fans and analysts alike. Many are pointing to the possibility of roster adjustments or strategic moves by the Steelers that could significantly strengthen their position in upcoming matchups, putting the Texans in a precarious spot. Within the Texans organization, the reaction is said to be one of urgency, with coaching staff and front office personnel reportedly convening multiple meetings behind closed doors to evaluate their options. The team, which has been struggling to find consistency this season, may now face heightened pressure to act quickly in order to remain competitive. Rumors suggest that internal discussions have touched on everything from aggressive trades to unexpected lineup changes, reflecting the high stakes at play. Fans have taken to social media to voice both concern and speculation, with some questioning whether Houston's current approach is sufficient to counter the Steelers' newfound advantage. Analysts are weighing in as well, debating potential strategies that could help the Texans regain leverage, though none of the proposals have been confirmed. The sense of unpredictability surrounding the situation is fueling a narrative that this offseason, or even the next few weeks, could be pivotal for Houston's trajectory. While no official statements have been released by either team, sources indicate that the Texans are keeping a close eye on every move made by Pittsburgh, understanding that even minor developments could carry major consequences. Observers are left to wonder whether Houston will respond with bold action or adopt a more cautious stance, and the uncertainty has only added fuel to the growing rumor mill. As the league watches closely, one thing is certain: the Texans are feeling the pressure, and the coming days could be decisive in shaping the team's immediate future. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.